branding today, so I think it's a good day to do some sketchbooking. And I have an idea about a sketchbook page that talks about vanilla and how vanilla beans are grown and harvested and processed and cured to make vanilla extract. I've been reading this book called The Secret History of Food by Matt Siegel, and it's a fascinating look into the history of some of our common foods such as pie, corn, honey, cereal, and vanilla. British pie was very thick and very heavy. Over there, the crust was more of a carrier for the meat filling, and some people complained about having to hack it with an axe or melt it over with a candle, the ham grease. In America, because there was a lack of wheat, grain was scarce, the pie crust was rolled out thinner, and therefore people could eat the pie crust. And yes, they did make meat pies with fowl and venison and other game that they could find. But Americans then began putting the apple into their meat pies. It was savory at the beginning, and then began making the apple pie that America is known for today. People were making fun of the Americans for eating so much pie. However, the Americans were proud of eating pie. So there was a point in time when somebody wanted to make the apple pie the national emblem instead of a national flower. Ben Franklin wrote in one of his newspapers that he felt that the bald eagle was a terrible symbol because the bird was lazy and immoral. So a lot of people tried to get the apple pie made as the national symbol. Americans were proud of eating pie. I found that chapter really interesting. The corn chapter was crazy, and it showed us how corn is in almost, I think they said something like 88% of every food we eat every day. Honey chapter was fascinating. And the cereal, you wouldn't want to know the background of cereal. It was pretty much inedible, and it could crack your teeth. It's come a long way, however today's cereal is just mostly sugar. Anyway, what I want to do today is I want to turn to the chapter on vanilla and make a sketchbook page showing the process of what it takes to grow a vanilla pod to the point of vanilla extract. Brought out the 3 vanilla extracts that we have. You may never have seen vanilla extracts in a bottle this large. It is imitation vanilla. It still tastes good, but it's not the same as these other ones that we have here. We have a bottle this large because we have a lot of kids and they make a lot of smoothies and a lot of banana milkshakes with frozen bananas. And everybody loves to put at least a teaspoon in their drink. We bake a lot as well. This other type of vanilla is Shank's vanilla, and it usually comes with a vanilla bean standing up inside of it. This tastes so good. I first found this at an Amish market many years ago, and we've been buying it ever since, and I'm so glad that they sell this large bottle. However, this is the last bottle we have of this, and when I went to our local Amish store, they no longer carry the large bottle, so I'm kind of rationing this so that my kids don't use it up really fast. And the third bottle that we have, this is pure vanilla extract. This bottle was purchased from Costco. This vanilla is the absolute best. You know that Costco responsibly sources their products, and this vanilla has a heavenly smell. However, the price of the Costco vanilla skyrocketed during COVID. When I went there, it was as much as $32 a bottle, and I no longer could buy it. The first time it came down to about $15.99, I snapped up a bottle of it and I've been hiding it. It hasn't been opened yet. There's still the seal, but I'm keeping this for later. I think the price has come down a couple dollars now, but this is heavenly. If you haven't tried it, I think you should try this vanilla. There's one more type of vanilla in our house that we keep, and it is the vanilla pods. These beans I purchased also at Costco, and they have an amazing flavor. We use them when we want to flavor sugar or when we want to make something like panna cotta. The smell is phenomenal. It's very, very smoky, a little bit earthy, very fruity, flowery. It's amazing.
So before I can create my sketchbook page, I need to do a little bit of research on vanilla to get a little bit more information than this book has given me. I found out that vanilla pods basically blossom. There are quite a few blossoms that come on a vanilla orchid plant. However, they blossom at different times, and the blossoms only last a few hours. They must be pollinated within those few hours, or they will shrivel up and die within 2 to 3 weeks. However, they have to be pollinated that very day they blossom. So the chance of that happening by bees, since the type of bees that pollinate it are rare, is about 1%. So now they are hand pollinated. After that, the pods take about 9 months to grow, after which they are blanched in water and they are put through a 35-day process of alternating between sun drying and wrapping in little swaddles at night. After this, the beans are sorted by size and aroma and flavor into grades of A and grade B, and then the beans can be made into extract. There are several processes for creating vanilla extract, the primary one being through mixing with water and alcohol, and after the beans are cut into small pieces in order to open up the pods. And after the extraction process, we get the vanilla extract that we know today. And at this moment, there's no regulation on how many vanilla beans have to go into an extract, which is why the flavor varies widely and why there are artificial and partial vanilla extracts on the market today.
seeing that it's summer, I thought it would be fun to put together a summer reading list. So I'm going to go over here to our bookshelf and find some books to read. We have a lot of children's books, and I am very fond of children's literature, and I do tend to pull them out and look at them for references, for illustration. So, but this time I am looking for books that I myself can read. Let's see if there's anything up here that I am interested in that I haven't either read or that I have read and it's been a while. Let me see. One. Absolute Surrender. Maybe this one, Fierce Conviction. This one is about the life of Hannah More. The Churchill Factor. I have not read this. My brother gave me this book. I would like to read it someday. I think I'll pass on that for right now. This book is very good. Let's go over to the other side. Persuasion. I'm going to read The Scarlet Letter this summer. Let's see what's behind here. Cather, My Antonia. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Here is the stack of books that I've gathered from my house. I also have read a couple library books already this summer, but I'm trying to be a little bit realistic. There are so many more books that I would like to read, but I had to narrow this down a little bit, so these are the books that I have. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and this is a thin book. The Scarlet Letter, Frankenstein, Cather, My Antonia, Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre, and can you believe that I have not read The Hobbit before? This summer I am going to read it because my youngest son is reading it in school. All of my kids have read it in school, and I told him that I would read it at the same time that he did, so I cannot wait to read this book. And then of course watch the movies. So I'm going to put these together in a summer reading list in my journal that I like to keep track of books that I've read